What we do here at the Proactive Assessment Unit, which we refer to as the PAU, is that we're a fully funded NHS unit where people come from an acute environment, so from an acute hospital, into the PAU to have their future care needs assessed. A lot of the time when you've come from an acute hospital, you've not had any peace and quiet, you've not had any time to yourself or privacy. So to be able to come here and have a door to your room, you have your own bathroom, there's a fridge in your room, there's a sofa, there's a TV. The building itself is lovely. Everyone has their own suite here, and it's very much a peaceful environment where we can offer sometimes just a bit of TLC to people, really, to help build them back up and to just give people that chance to rest. We really do understand patients' apprehensions about going to a different care environment. Some people have been in a hospital environment for a long time actually, and it can be quite worrying. But my team are very, very experienced, and they really are quite passionate about making sure that patients have a really good journey whilst they're with us. No matter what time you arrive onto the unit, somebody's here to greet you, somebody's here to spend some time with you, to show you how things work and just to make sure you're settled really and that you feel safe in this environment.
I'm Jack, I'm one of the liaison managers. It's my job to ensure that patients, when they arrive, that they're settled, they're safe, they understand where they are and why, and that they get the care that they need here and the support that they need, and that they're not isolated and they're able to be in contact with friends and families and have the visits that they want alongside the current COVID guidelines. So when a patient arrives, we get them set up with care plans and risk assessments to make sure the care we're giving is appropriate and the best thing for them, and then we make sure that's reviewed regularly during their stay with us. As the liaison manager, we don't just liaise with the hospital, we're quite often the first port of call for friends and family. We're able to keep you up to date with what's happening and let you know how your relatives are doing and put your minds at ease whilst your family are here.
We have registered general nurses on duty 24 hours a day. We also have a clinical lead who's a very experienced nurse who helps support our registered nurses, but also has a more holistic approach towards people's medical needs.
I'm the clinical lead, which means that I supervise all the staff here clinically, and I also make sure all our patients are as healthy as possible. The patients who come here are medically optimised, so they're not actually fit for discharge, they're still getting better. So our job is to try and make them well enough so they can either go home or know that they need to be going to a care home, and that's the best place for them. I think for every individual, it's trying to work out what is best for that individual and make sure they are also happy with that outcome.
We have a therapy team that work with us, so we have occupational therapists and we have physiotherapists that when people arrive at the unit will help establish people's baselines and will help put together any plans for any future physiotherapy needs.
My role here is an occupational therapist, which means that I am helping people or trying to promote them to be as independent as they can be to do all their different occupations. And by that I mean everything that you would do from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. So the aim is to give that assessment to make sure that we're kind of giving them the best opportunity to get back to the lives that they wanted.
We feel it's really important after a period of stay in hospital to really help patients build their strength up. One of the best ways that we can do that is by supporting people to have the right diet. So we cover a vast range of diet requirements here, be it vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, or a particular diabetes diet. We have discharge coordinators here 7 days a week, so there's no limitations to when you can go home. You don't have to wait until office hours to have somebody here to facilitate that for you.
I liaise with patients, their families and case officers, which they're allocated when they come to us. There's lots of decisions that need to be taken from an OT's perspective. Physios, it's about making sure the patient's got the right equipment for when they return home. I think it's really, really important that we find the right pathway for the patient, really important.
The discharge coordinator will also help patients with some of the smaller things that perhaps we don't realise at the very beginning patients might need, be it housing applications, be it equipment in their homes, be it care packages, or be it helping to look even virtually at other care home environments that a patient may want to go to. We're very proud of what we achieve here at the PAU. Our patients come in from an acute hospital stay, often that's been for quite a long period of time, and it's very important to us that they feel safe, they feel secure, and they feel empowered to take charge of their journey moving forwards.